Good morning, guys. Everybody with me? A little late. Sorry about that. I am, of course, flying by the seat of my pants this morning. Um, we really didn't have a topic quite yet for today. And I just kind of, the more I was thinking about it, the more I was talking with my kids about, all the different things that they're remembering and how this is such a different time in our lives. And I've been trying to take a photo every day or screenshot something that we've done that day. And I really thought this week would be a good time to actually put a formal plan into place about how we are going to um, remember this time. Whether you're a big scrapbooker or not, I just kind of think that this is something the world has not seen in a really long time. And I think that, the more that we can kind of document and record things as they happen, the easier and the more accurate a picture we'll have when we're on the other side of this. Okay. So, in fact, one of the very first things I made my kids do after this whole thing started was to sit down and watch movie versions of the Diary of Anne Frank. So, truly, that is an entirely different situation in itself, but how hard is it for us? We could sit around and watch Netflix and, play video games. Whereas back in the day, people were literally, one sound could have ended their lives. So I did what every good person would do. I went online and I Googled and I Pinterested because I don't want to just keep these ideas to mind. And I found a pretty great blog post by a woman. I think I cut off the title page. I think it's the Denver Housewife. And it's all about how to keep a COVID-19 journal. So I thought we could talk about that with how we can kind of make sure that we're remembering these days as best we can. Okay. So a couple of the things that I do, I'm terrible at journaling. If you know me in real life, you know that that's not my forte when it comes to my scrapbooks. And some of the books that I've been working on lately have been these smaller ones instead of a really big 12 by 12 album. I think these are a little bit more manageable. And I think this is definitely the size that I'm going to do for my COVID. I'm going to do a full out scrapbook because that's what I do. I do scrapbooking. If you're not a scrapbooker and you're not a crafter or something like that, get a notebook. Grab a fancy notebook that you've never written in. Admit it, we've all bought them. The pretty notebooks that we never intend on using. And if it's not this, grab one of those notebooks that you bought your kids for school that they're absolutely not using right now. A plain old spiral notebook will absolutely do the same thing. And some of the things that I think is really important for us to do is to kind of keep a journal, whether it's 2 or 3 lines, whether it's a whole paragraph, whether it's something funny your kid said, whether it's a funny meme that you see on Facebook. How many of you have been grabbing your phone and snapshotting those memes? I'm totally doing it. In fact, a good friend of mine, all she does on her Facebook feed now, which is so unlike her, is before this all happened, she would never post memes or things like that. And now all she does is collect them from her friends and post them, which I think is great. So I have, on my phone, I've just kind of started screenshotting all those ones that I think are appropriate to the things that we're going through. So let's see. Some of them have been, this one's quite true. I will single-handedly save our economy through online shopping. Don't worry, guys. I've been screenshotting. I took some pictures of that Disney sing-along and things like that, just so I can remember, oh yeah, we did that on this day of our quarantine. Different news stories that have popped up. This was something I had to send to our home office for Close to My Heart. I needed a different side they sent me 2 of the same page. So let me see if I can find some more of those screenshots of things that's going, oh, look at all my screenshots of all of the wonderful things I'm waiting for to come from Amazon or someplace else. So, things like this. Become a travel agent, COVID-19 edition. Yeah, that was pretty apropos. So, even if it's using your phone to kind of grab some of those things, whatever you want to remember about this time, I think is what we need to be doing. So, as I said, I'm going to do, this is the one I've already showed this last week. So this is a 6x8 album. This is what I'm going to be adding. I'm going to be doing this workshop next, which is all those really fun blue skies thing. I'm going to do this in the 6x8 thing. So that's the one thing that I'm going to be working on. Another thing, which, buy it, never use it. That's my mantra. So during this COVID-19, I've been using lots of things that I've bought in the past. So, which is great. So, we have the time. You might as well do it. So, one of the things is this storyteller by Stacy. All right. And let's see where I put it right here. This is something that just kind of walks you through how to document those times. So this is what I will be working on this afternoon as I set up to do the other part. I mean, I like doing the pretty part, obviously. I don't always like doing the storytelling, but I know, like just this morning, I posted a Facebook memory from 11 years ago of my daughter and son playing Monster and, little boy in the cage. And had I not had that come up as a Facebook memory, I wouldn't be remembering that. So this is a great little resource. It's in the Close to My Heart catalog, but just kind of things about starting a story. So ask yourself your sensory questions. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? Is there anything specific that you hear or smell? How do you feel? Are there phrases or words that remind you of your subject? So this is a nice little 7-step process. This also goes in that little story starter. We talked about this last week too. That's part of the National Scrapbooking Day bundle. And I have 2 of these. So even if it's just a little, this is I think 5x5 or 4x4 of the pages, walking you through those storytelling steps are really important. So this is kind of a mini version of that. So this will be part of that National Scrapbooking Day on May 2nd. You don't have to buy this. You can just tune in on May 2nd to the Close to My Heart page. And Stacey Julian's going to be there, and she's going to walk you through how to do this. So even if you don't want to place an order for something like that, get yourself the tools, grab a notebook, and get somebody who's going to kind of walk you through that situation, somebody way better than me, and start writing down and taking pictures and printing the pictures and putting those 2 things together so that you can remember this time. All right, so these are just a couple of things. This is kind of a whole little thing that'll walk you through that, how to extend the stories I love. There is also another one. So this is the storyteller thing. It comes bundled together. You can get the guts and the and this 6x8 album together for $25. But otherwise, you could just tune into that event and listen to Stacey Julian, and she'll kind of walk you through it. Another thing that she talks about, and again, maybe this will be what I end up using, is this is the stories that I love, and it's a workbook. So this is kind of also the situation. It comes with a slightly different, this is more of a hardboard thing. And this is just really talking about how you journal and write those things down. So I'm going to read you a couple of things from this blog that I found, the Denver Housewife. And so she says there's many ways to keep the journal. You can send yourself daily emails, post on social media, start a blog, or just write it down on paper. It's all about whatever works for you. So whether it's this, whether it's screenshotting on your phone, whether it's, how many of you screenshot on your iPad? I screenshot on my iPad all the time. Like every time I turn around, my memory is full, and my husband's like, get rid of the screenshots. I'm like, I love the screenshots. They help me. So whatever works for you is what you need to be doing. So, and then it's like, well, what should you put in the thing? So what she says is, I want to remember it all and have it in a journal book for my kids and grandkids to look back on. Could you guys imagine what it would be like if we had not heard Anne Frank's story, if her journal had not been saved? So I want you to think about the same thing. This is your own personal family history. Write down all the different things that you want your grandkids, your great grandkids to kind of know about, and try to get it into something that's maybe a little bit more permanent than a little notebook. But if that's it, that's great. Keep it safe. Put it in a safe when you're all done. Do something. Get your kids' input, because what you remember and what they remember is going to be totally different. All right. So here's our list of things. Pictures. I hope you have been taking pictures during this time. I know, it's really important. They don't have to be beautiful portraits. They can be the mess at the breakfast table. Just be sure to take at least one picture a day of what you're doing. Newspaper clippings. If you get the newspaper, we only get the Sunday paper, but there are certain things that I have pulled aside and saved. In fact, I don't know if you guys watched my Disney Cruise Line scrapbook thing the other day. We happened to fly right around when President George Bush had passed away. So it was kind of nice to have, we had the actual newspaper from his funeral on the day that we flew into Texas. Funny moments, things, something silly your kid did, a joke somebody told you, anything that's important to remember the good times during this tragedy. And that's kind of like, close to my heart, just came up with that new stamp set all about the toilet paper and things like that. Oh, if I was more well-versed, I'd of course have it right here to show you, but you've seen it in my other videos. There is a great little stamp set that they've put out that has the toilet paper stuff on it. Inspirational quotes that you found helpful during this time, even if they're the Facebook memes where nobody's going to judge. Events as they happened. We are losing track of time. How many of you have just really no idea what day of the week it is? Grab a dollar calendar and just start writing down different things that, went to your sister's, went for a walk, flew a kite, anything that you can kind of just throw onto this to help you kind of remember the things as they happened. So, a little calendar would be great. Did you turn to God? Have you gone to church online? We did I'll admit, we have not done online church as often as we probably should be doing, but Easter Sunday we sure did. And I took pictures of us sitting in our pajamas on the couch using Easter candy as communion. So again, you want to write that down and why you did it, because 30, 40, 50 years ago, when someone comes across this picture, they're going to be like, what's going on? So you want to tell them. Share things that you're grateful for. I mean, my God, how many of you are grateful for Netflix at this point in time? Write it down. Write a letter to your future or past self. Track what you ate. Track the outings and how they went. Draw, especially for your younger kids, just have them draw some pictures. Share random thoughts. Write down things you want to let go or things that you have let go. How many of you entered this quarantine time with like guilt, and how many of you just don't care anymore? It's amazing. Share down things that you've learned. My kids, the first week especially, we haven't been so great lately, but they were desperate to learn how to cook, so they took out recipes and they did them, and I did very little interaction. And when it's all over, share what this whole experience has taught you. So, she talks a little bit about journal supplies. She talks about happy planners, colorful pens, stickers. Oh my goodness, dig out those colored markers and stickers that you're saving for that rainy day. All the washi tape that you keep buying and never use. But that's just kind of, I think it's really important. I know that my goal for this week is going to be to actually send the photos that I have thus far to a printer. I know Costco is only doing mail deliveries right now. I did a huge Shutterfly order. You guys saw that a week or so ago with all of our Disney Cruise Line photos. And I had some Disney half marathon photos in that too. So I'm going to do that by Friday. Let's have this be our challenge. We're going to send some photos to get printed. Okay. They don't have to be the greatest photos. It doesn't have to be a lot of photos, but let's just try to get where we are up until this point printed so that when those come back, we can marry our journaling with our pictures, and whether it's going to be like sticking some pictures inside, put the pictures here and write about it here, that's great. If it's going to be something that's a little bit more formal, like this little 4x4 album, this is $14.95. It comes with everything. If you want it as part of the bundle, it's even less. or if it's going to be something like, I don't think I want to do big 12 by 12 pages. I think I'm going to do something like this. So let's get some of those photos printed. Let's write up what is happening up to this point. I think at this point, most of us have been home with children for about 4 to 5 weeks. So that is a lot of time to document. So let's get that done. Let's get something checked off the to-do list. Let's feel a little productive. As always, if you guys have questions, email me, Jennifer@masterthemagic.com. That's my business email address. I will probably see that a little bit more clearly than a lot of the spam and all the online shopping I've been doing that comes to my other email address. If you want to shop any sort of memory things, this is our current annual catalog. It has a lot of basic things in it. Some of these stamps are great. This is the rest of that kit that I was showing you. This is that Stories I Love kit. So it comes with all these journaling pages, all these stickers and things like that. And these are those other sizes, other patterns that are available for that little red album. It's called a short story kit. So you can kind of get that. And then look at these fantastic stamps. I know a couple of my clients have this one. So just, for your information, story, what I learned on this day, behind the scenes. That's great. Oh, and I should show you that other one that we do have, that Close to My Heart made. I should have been prepared, people. So sorry. The one that they made, Let's Stay Home. This one is perfect for documenting this sort of situation. Let's see, what other ones do I have that are right here? So that is definitely the one that was designed. All of the stamps for Close to My Heart are manufactured here in the United States. We don't have to wait for them to come from China or anywhere else. They're extremely high quality. Oh, here's the other one. Stamps that are amazing. And this one has all of the things that you need to make light of the situation. So let's stay home. Home is where the heart is. Current events in the news. Be grateful, be kind, be calm. Together all day, every day. And I don't have the funny card bundle one. I must have put it away. There's the one with all the toilet paper. Oh gosh, if you guys could see this giant stack of stuff of things that I've been working on, you might be proud and you might be horrified. So it is probably buried in there. This was another set. This is also, it is not in the current catalog, but it is on the online only section. But a fresh start, new beginnings, goals, looking forward to, the best is yet to come, telling our story, this year, celebrate, all sorts of great little stamps that you can make your own journaling cards with. Have your kids draw pictures, have your kids write down what they're going through, have them tell you what is school like these days. And again, get it documented, get it recorded, because you know what? I'll tell you right now, once we all break free, none of us are going to be looking back. We don't want to be looking back. So do it now while you have the opportunity. And if you have any questions or you're looking for some more ideas on where to start, please just email me, comment down below. This group is for. We're here to kind of keep each other on track, help each other out. I'm not here to sell you Close to My Heart stuff. It just happens to be, the things that I have here. You do not have to buy anything to tune into that National Scrapbooking Day. If you reply that you're going on their national event page, you will be entered to win prizes. You don't have to be online to win the prizes or anything like that. And as it gets closer, they will publish like a little schedule that will tell you all of the different things that they're going to be doing that day. So you don't have to sit around and watch the whole thing. There's, I think, 6 projects that they're focusing on, and 2 of them are like the journaling. So I think that's an important thing for all of us to kind of be reminded of. So if you just reply that you're going on that national scrapbooking thing, they're going to enter you to win all sorts of fun prizes. You don't have to buy a single thing. If there are some of the projects that you would like to buy, I'd be happy to walk you through those. It's very confusing. There's at least 6 different options for you to buy. And I did buy the whole thing. So if you missed that unboxing video, you can go back and watch that. It'll show you everything that comes in the really big bundle. And then you can buy those components piece by piece if you prefer. And with that, I am going to let you guys go. I see 2 people are watching. So that's 2 people. Yay for tuning in to kind of learn more about what we should be doing to document this extraordinary time in our lives. And if you have ideas on what you're doing, please share them, comment down below, and let us, let's benefit from what everybody is doing. So that's great. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Look for the challenge. I'm going to post it in a separate post, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.